Welcome to the program. Joining me now, Kalene Griffith. She is the president and CEO of Visit Bentonville. She is busy, 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 and we appreciate her making time for us. Thank you for being here.
Well, I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Let's begin with for people who do not know, what was the connection between Bentonville and the Paris Olympics? This was amazing to me.
Yeah, it's exciting. We had the opportunity about 2 years ago to partner with the USA Cycling development team. And so what they did was they picked locations outside of the Colorado Springs, where their headquarters is. We opened up a USA Cycling office here, but they picked areas that their development team could train. So we had this opportunity to have these cyclists that are training to go to the Olympics in the future be able to train here. We did 2 or 3 skills camps, or I guess they wouldn't be skills camps, they'd be training camps. They're way past the skills, they're way advanced in their skills. But we had this opportunity to showcase our area and felt like it was an ideal launching pad to succeed at that next stage, especially in the Paris area. I think there were a lot of similarities from my understanding of, our trail topography along with their topography. So I think that was one of the things that people looked at for us. We're excited because we're the mountain bike capital of the world. So anytime we can have Olympic cyclists training here, I think it just elevates what we're doing here. So it's exciting about that.
So there were mentions of Bentonville on the Olympic news coverage, as those events were going on. Do you have first of all, how cool is that? And
Yeah.
secondly, do you have any idea how much value that is? What's the PR value of something like that? It's
Yeah.
huge exposure.
Yeah, I think I don't have a dollar figure yet, but we are working on that dollar figure. But what we do know that it gave us this national prestige, leveling up what our experience is here in Bentonville, and seeing those elite athletes, riding our trails. It sure does bring a buzz about our city. I think that's exciting. I also think one of the things that I'm really excited about is we've been talking about this for years, about that we're a destination for cycling for a while. And I think that this kind of gave us a little bit of a concrete, or I guess you could say cementing us as that destination. I think those are the things that I'm most proud of. I do think that one of the things that I think has probably spawned from this is the pride of our locals, and that excitement for what we have here. I think it elevates our local pride, and I think that's exciting. And it also gives us just a fantastic opportunity to talk about the success that we've had and the trail experience, and kind of where we continue to grow.
Tell me how you tell me how you take this exposure and capitalize on it. What will you be doing marketing wise? What will you be doing for additional PR?
Sure. I think a couple of things that I think this does that we just talked about is that it creates a reputation for us, it creates an economy for us, and it is this community spirit. But I think one of the things that we've been working on before this Olympic exposure was that we have been talking about doing a international campaign in the next 6 months. So this allowed us to elevate that and maybe even moved us along a little bit quicker. We're going to do a campaign internationally with some of our partners. So we want people to know that we are a premier global mountain bike destination. And I think the Olympics gave us a little jump start on it. We can talk about it, but I think the Olympics allowed us to elevate that. I think it also great. We're going to do some strategy in maybe looking at what conferences can we speak out internationally about cycling and the wellness experience. What are some of the things that we're looking at from how do we tell our story? How do we take those elite athletes and allow them to tell our story through them? So I think we've got a lot of different things. How do we partner with USA Cycling more? Because we saw the value in that at this point. So I think there's a lot of things that are going on right now. I do think that it probably is pushing us in a direction that, international campaigns are not inexpensive. But I do think that they are beneficial to us as we're continue to grow. And I also think one of the other partners that we've been partnering with for years is Brand USA. And Brand USA is a co-op that our cities, their whole job is to market to the international market. So we're partnering with them to do some things, and hopefully it's a little bit more of a co-op. So it's a little bit more affordable for some of the smaller communities. And even for the bigger communities, it's beneficial. So we're working with them to see where does that marketing go to, and how can we elevate what we have here at Bentonville from a cycling, but also people come for multiple weeks, Roby. They don't come just for a 2-day if they're coming here internationally. So we have to make sure that we have a full experience for them with the trails in our region, and then also with the experiences from the arts. And we think our trail intersecting with the arts has been one of our initiatives from the beginning.
And lots of good food too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, oh, always.
So I hope this is not a repetitive question, because you've given me a lot of what you've kind of
Yeah.
got on the horizon out here, but you are a little bit in your lull period right now. What are you planning for 2025, whether that's inside of what you are benefiting from the Olympics or outside of what you've gotten from that exposure?
Yeah, I think I mean, really, to be honest with you, I think we're talking a lot to the international, audience. That's something new for us. We've never done that. So this is going to be the next year on that. I think some of the things that people don't know that we've been doing, and it's going to continue to grow as because of that Olympic experience. We've hosted numerous cities in the last few years, kind of telling our story about the trail scene. They want to see what we're doing. How do we create that experience in our community? We have Austria next week. So that tells you that was before we've been talking to them for 4 months. They're bringing in a contingent of leadership. We're talking to Olathe, Kansas. We're talking to Columbia, Missouri. We had Minnesota in. David Wright, with the Parks Director, and myself spoke last week at Lexington to talk about the trail scene and what's happening at the Bike Walk Summit in Kentucky. We're talking in Alabama at a Alabama-Mississippi Planning Commission about trails and tourism. And so I think we're out there, we're doing these things, we're going to continue to do them. I think it's elevating it. Minnesota has asked us to speak. They just haven't finalized their date, so we think that'll be in the next 3 to 4 months. But we're continuing to see that excitement of what we're doing here as a best practices for other cities. We're adamant to tell people it's all about the connectivity, the economic development. It's talking about tourism, planning, funding, even connectivity, or I'm sorry, tourism. Sorry, I forgot my job, tourism. But I think those are the things that we're seeing, is that as a organization, but as a community, we're going to really focus on what's that tourism master plan for the future, and how do we continue to elevate the cycling scene, along with some of our added assets of the arts, the culinary, aviation. How do we bring all that together to create this message and master plan and be strategic and be successful at it as a community, not just as an organization, but as a community?
I've got your tagline for Austria, okay? It's from the Alps to the Ozarks. Visit Bentonville. The name says it all. So, Kalene
I
Griffith.
love it.
Kalene Griffith is the president and CEO of Visit Bentonville, the tourism arm of Bentonville, and a big part of Northwest Arkansas. Congratulations on all the success, and thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thanks, Roby. I appreciate you.